Hello everyone. In this session, I am going to discuss about ARM instruction set. Here I am discussing about software interrupt instruction, program status register instruction, coprocessor instruction, and loading constant. First, is software interrupt instruction. The interrupt is called SWI. It causes a software interrupt exception, which provides a mechanism for all the application to call operating system routine. The syntax of this instruction is SWI. This is the instruction. Next condition. This is optional. Then software number. For this interrupt instruction, which are the changes happening in the program? We'll see here. The link register. The link register will get the address of next instruction after the SWI instruction, because whenever the program is interrupted, ARM processor will stop the main program and it will go and execute the interrupt program. So once the interrupt program is completed, then again it has to come back to the main program and it has to continue with the main program. So for that, it needs the location where it stopped. uh, f- so so before going to the inter program, processor is storing the address of next instruction where it has to come back. Actually, that instruction will be stored in link register. So link register will have the address of next instruction after the SWA instruction. Next, SPSR. SPSR is CPSR only, but the mode will be user mode. Next, PC. PC address is equal to vector plus 8. Vector address is 0. 0 plus 8 is 0. Sorry, 0 plus 8 is 8. Next is CPSR mode. CPSR mode should be SVC, supervisor mode. Next in CPSR, that I bit should be 1. It's interrupt occurred, no? So it should be 1. See the example for SW instruction. In the pre, CPSR is in user mode and PC is equal to 80800. Then link register, some address is there previously. Next, R0 register is having 12. So in PC, address 8000. In 8000 we have SWI instruction. This is SWI number. So only 6 digits are there, SWI number. So in the post we'll see. So I told for whenever SWI instruction occurred, these are the changes will happen automatically in the program. CPSR will get supervisor mode, and SPSR, it's CPSR only, but the mode is user mode. So remaining all will remain same. And this I bit will become 1 in the CPSR. So CPSR I will become 1. 1 means we have to write that I in capital letter. Next, PC. So PC, I said it will go to the interrupt vector. Interrupt vector. Interrupt vector address is 0 plus 8. 0 plus 8 is 00000008. Next, link register. So I said link register will have the address of next instruction after SWA instruction. So yes, this is SWA instruction. SWA address is 8000. So next instruction will be plus 4 with this address. So plus 4 makes 8004. So this is address of next instruction is loaded here. R0 is 12. Next is program status register instruction. Actually, there are two instructions to control the program status register. We have two program status register, CPSR and SPSR, current program status register and saved program status register. To control these two, we have two instructions, MRS, MSR. This MRS, so S means move, M means move, R is a register, processor general purpose register. This S is either SPSR or CPSR. So from this we can understand moving SPSR CPSR content to the general purpose register. This is it moves the general purpose register content to the SPSR or CPSR. We'll see the syntax here. MRS means I said SPSR to general purpose register. So this source is SPSR as CPSR. Destination is general purpose register. Then MSR, so main register, general purpose register to SPSR or CPSR. So destination will be SPSR or CPSR. So we can see here destination is SPSR or CPSR with underscore. This field will be mentioned here. There are 4 field in SPSR CPSR. Out of 4 field, we are using only 2 field. No, so that field will be mentioned here. And next is there are two types. The source can be immediate data or a register. Source can be immediate data or register. So based on this, there are two types in MSR. Next is coprocessor instruction. Coprocessor is supporting processor for the main processor. Some of the tasks cannot be done with the main processor, so that time we can interface the coprocessor with the main processor. So coprocessor are nothing but supporting processor only for the main processor. So between this coprocessor will be having their own set of instructions. So the communication between coprocessor and main processor, for that we have few instructions. See these are the instructions to make a communication between coprocessor and main processor. This is CDP, coprocessor data processing instruction. Coprocessor data processing instruction. So this is between the coprocessors only. So we can connect n number of coprocessor with the main processor. So between the coprocessors, to make a communication, this instruction is used. Next, move MRC MCR. So M represents move, R represents main processor register, C represents coprocessor register. So this is used to move the content between main processor register and coprocessor register. So MRC means it moves the content from coprocessor register to main processor register. MCR, it moves the content from main processor register to coprocessor register. Next, load store. Load store. So it load and store. It stores the data from coprocessor to main processor memory. This is it loads the content from coprocessor sorry main processor memory to coprocessor register. This one store, it stores the content from coprocessor into main processor memory. Next, loading constant. See, we don't have any instruction to load a 32-bit constant value. So for that, we have two pseudo instructions to move 32-bit value into the register. Those two instructions are LDR and ADR. LDR RD comma constant. So this constant value will be loaded to the destination register. Then this is ADR is loading address. And so in the source address will be given. That address will be loaded to the destination register. Thank you.